All right. Welcome, traders. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're at. I'm glad you could join, and I appreciate your interest in the Master Trader Small Group Boot Camp that's going to start this Thursday. And I'll go ahead and turn my camera on for just a moment and say hello. So again, welcome, and glad you're here. And looks like we got Bill, Bimal, Constantine, and Michael so far. So again, and Bimal, I hope I'm saying your name right. Correct me if I got that wrong. But again, thanks for your interest in the Master Trader Bootcamp program. And this session really is for your benefit. So make sure you can locate that chat box and type in any questions that you have as we go. And I'm happy to answer any questions. I've prepared a couple slides here to walk through and explain the program, but I really don't want you to go away with any unanswered questions. So I'll go ahead and turn the camera off so that's not a distraction, and we'll go ahead and get into the material. All right. So again, this is an information session for the Master Trader Bootcamp, the Master Trader Small Group Training Bootcamp that's going to be kicking off Thursday, day after tomorrow. All right. So why are you here? Oh, hopefully you're here because you're interested in the training, and that would imply that you're interested in improving your trading skills. But the real reason is, we want to improve our profitability, our results in the trading. We want to make money in the financial markets. And, I've been doing this over 25 years, and I've been a successful trader, and I've been teaching other people how to do it for quite some time now. And I enjoy doing it. And the students that I've worked with have given very positive feedback. All right. So here's a couple questions just to stimulate thought and to set the stage for what we're going to cover in the course, right? So have you ever taken a trade, but you really could not explain why? Once you're in it, why did I take this trade? Right? That's happened to me. So none of these are anything to be embarrassed about. We just, we try to improve and move on, right? But so maybe that's happened to you. Have you ever thought a trade looked really good, but then you were just afraid to get into it? Maybe because you've been burned before, took losses before. Man, I should take this trade, but you just don't do it. That ever happened to you? You ever been in a trade and then just been paralyzed? I don't know what to do, right? Whether that can happen when it's going into profit. It can happen when it's moving into loss, but you don't, not having a set of predetermined rules, a script to follow, and end up being paralyzed. What do I do? You ever gotten out of a trade early and then the thing took off in the direction you thought it would go, and you go, man, I just left all that money on the table. And have you ever stayed in a trade too long and taken a big loss? So I can answer yes to every single one of these questions. And it took, a long time to become a seasoned and successful trader. And, I don't answer yes to any of these questions anymore. And I can help you learn that as well. Not alone. Many, many, many traders make these mistakes. All right, I've talked to hundreds of traders over the years. I've had this follow me trade service running about 5.5 years now. And again, I've talked to hundreds of traders, and a lot of people will relate those stories. That's where I came up with those questions. But how would you like to be able to look at a chart and know in a few seconds if there's a really good setup there? And let me give you an example. I just took a new trade yesterday, and I sent it to my stock and option pick subscribers. And we went short on American Express, AXP. So when this chart came up, within 2 seconds, I knew there was a good trade setup here. And that's not to boast. It's because I've looked at thousands of charts, and I have a very specific set of criteria that I'm looking for. And so people that have gone through my course, they can spot this as well. So it looks like there's a lot here on the screen. I walk through in the course kind of step by step how to do the analysis, how to build this, and it ends up being pretty simple. But this blue horizontal line, that's where we took our entry yesterday, short entry. This red line is my existing exit point. So if the price were to go up to this red line, that would mean that the trade has failed and we'll close the trade for a small loss. This green line is my target, my intermediate target, where I think there's a probability price is going to work its way down to there. And beyond that, there's even some extended targets. But in looking at this, I can see this setup. I can see a good entry. I took it right away. And I can also see that the trade has what is called a good reward to risk ratio. And that simply means this entry line, the distance, the price distance from here to here is smaller than the distance from here to here, the target. This is 2.5 times. So this trade has about a 2.5 to 1 reward to risk ratio. That's what we want. We want our winners to be big relative to our losers. Okay, for that to be true, we have to only take trades that have a bigger potential in the win side than they do on the loss side. So that's what I mean by being able to spot a setup in a few seconds, right? Hey, Peter's joined us. Welcome, Peter. Make sure you find the chat box, and if you have any questions, type them in there, and I'll answer them as we go. All right, so how would you like to be able to look at a chart, know in a few seconds if there's a good setup? How would you like to have complete confidence in every trade you take? And that's not, an assurance that the trade is going to win, because not every trade wins. But it's an assurance that the trade has a high probability that you've got an edge and that you're going to know how to manage it once you're in it. That you recognize something, you have confidence that, and you're willing to put the trade on and then manage it. And to know that it's either going to, if it loses, it's going to be small, and if it wins, it has the chance to be big. How would you like to know exactly how to manage every trade once you're in it, so there's no paralysis, there's no confusion or stress or fear, because it's already prescripted. Once we take a trade in the method I teach, it's black and white. All we have to do is follow the system, follow the plan that had been laid out before we got into the trade. So then there's no stress, right? And you may feel it, right? We can't eliminate emotions in our trading. We can't eliminate the fact that we experience emotion, but what we can do is eliminate the impact that maybe having those emotions would have on the actions that we take in the trade, because it's going to be scripted and we're just going to follow the trading plan. All right. How would you like to know when to stay into a trade, when to stay in a trade, and when to get out? Know when to hold them, know when to fold them, right? We teach that in trade management. I teach that. And how would you like to keep your losing trades very small and the winners big? And I showed you the reward to risk on that trade on the American Express short that we're in. Right. That is the fundamental math of any successful trading system, is that, we use risk management, and I teach the theory behind that, and then the practical application, how we apply that to trading. Right. So some trades you're going to lose. We need to make sure that's small. And then, more than half of our trades are going to win. And we're going to pick candidates that if they do win, they're going to win big in comparison to the losers. And that creates the math and the statistics for a successful trading system. And how would you like to not care if one of your trades fails? Because that's the reality, and a mature master trader understands that. Every time we place an order, open a new trade, it could fail. But we have the confidence that if it does, it's going to be small. And if it wins, it's going to be bigger than the ones that lose. So we don't care. That we might care, like, oh, darn it, I thought that one was going to go, right? But it doesn't throw us off track, doesn't make us panic, doesn't make us change the system. Yeah, some are going to lose, and we knew that, and we expected it. And how would you like to know that you're going to generate profits over time, that you're using a system and risk management and capital management and trade management that produces bigger winners than losers and has an edge and wins more than it loses, and that math has to generate profit. I compare it to a casino. In a casino, you got gamblers on the gaming floor. They do not have an edge. They the odds are against them, the probability is they're going to lose money. The casino owners are the ones with the edge, and they know some, on every hand of cards or spin of a wheel or spin of the dice, or, some are going to win, some are going to lose, but they also know at the end of the night, they're going to make more money than they lose. They're going to walk away profitable. So that's what, I call that. Let's be the house, right? Let's be the house in a casino setting where we know over a number of trades, we're going to be profitable. And that's what I teach. So how would you like, you guys, we got 5 folks here on the call. How would you like all these things to be true for your trading, your approach to trading? Anybody give me a yes or a thumbs up, or tell me I'm full of it? What do you think? Yes. Thank you, Peter. I mean, it'd be hard to say no, right? It'd be hard to say no to these things. All right. These are the characteristics of a master trader, and this is what I'm teaching in the course. Okay. I teach instant chart pattern recognition, the patterns and the theory behind the patterns, and then how to see those very, very quickly on a chart. And that can happen on short time frames, intraday trading, and it can happen on longer term. Whatever style of trading you like, whether it be longer term or intraday or somewhere in between, these concepts apply. Here's this American Express trade on a daily chart. Let's look at the S&P 500. And this is going to come up on a daily chart, and then I'm going to show it on a 2-minute chart, right? If we were to take the time labels off of the axis, we couldn't tell because the patterns are the same, right? The patterns are very much the same. And right now I can tell you just within a few seconds, and looking at the SPYs, the S&P 500 ETF intraday, right? We've had a pretty good move down. We've had a retracement, and now it looks like it is heading down. And look how it failed. This high level was really 1, 2, 3 times, and now it's reversing. There's a good chance this is going to head down, and we can project with some reasonable confidence. And I'll just show you how I do that, right? I'll show you what I do, and in the course I teach you how, right? Now we've got a price target for the S&P 500 intraday on a 2-minute chart in this zone down here. That's a pretty good move, right? And this looks like it could be a good trade. So it works intraday, it works on longer term, right? But you saw how fast I was able to analyze that chart. And again, not to boast, because I can teach you how to do that as well, because it's a step-by-step building block process of some theory and then some established patterns that we look for. And when we see them, we can go trade them, right? So I'm teaching you that, exact trade setups, black and white trade management rules. So once you're in a trade, there's no stress, there's no confusion or paralysis, because you got a script. When this happens, we do this. When this happens, we do that. Okay? Black and white. Risk management techniques, so we keep our losses at a pain-free level. We keep the losers small. Super important for any trading system. And stress-free, relaxed trading with confidence. It takes a little time. You got to master the concepts. You got to work at it, practice. But once you do, you can really trade stress-free, relaxed. You trade with confidence. And trading becomes fun when you're successful at it. You understand it, and you're succeeding and you're profiting. It's actually pretty fun. And that's what, the end goal here is to be profitable. And so many people have gone through this training, and feedback's been good, and their results have been good. As long as you take it seriously, do the work, and then, follow the rules. So what's included in the training? You get all of my training materials. And let me show you what that looks like. It's the Master Trader, the Options Training, the Ichimoku Cloud Training. All of these 3 different training programs are included in this small group training. And the way that's delivered is on a secure area of my website. So as a when you sign up, you get a login, you get access to it. And here's the Master Trader course, right? Here's the page, shows the outline. You got 6 modules. Each of those modules has a separate page, right? So here's module 1. And so in module 1, you have a written study guide. It's PDF you can download. You got a video that walks through the study guide and does some live examples. You've got a quiz and an answer key for the quiz. And then I've done this live training for a couple years now. And every time I do the training, I record it. And so you got an archive here of all the different times I've trained this. And then when we do your training, each week we're going to go through a module, right? I'll record that and post it. And so you'll have access to the recording of your training session, and you have access to an archive of all the previous ones. So that's there for all the modules, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You also have access to my Options Basics course. That is a 6-module series. And it teaches the basics of options, and then my approach to trading options, and you get access to the eTomoka Cloud training module, which is, we'll cover that in the Master Trader program. So you also, of course, as part of this package for the training, you get a year's access to my stock and option picks. And, I'm publishing a couple trades per week. We got a good track record there. And you get access to my live trading room, which we do Monday through Thursday for a half an hour right after the open. And so what you get there is to see all the, everything that I'm teaching in the course. You get to see me putting it into action, right? And you have a forum to ask questions and interact, for a year. All right. You get 6 weeks of live training sessions. And it starts this Thursday. We're going to run every Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific, which is noon Eastern time. Every Thursday, except, of course, we got Thanksgiving this time. So we're going to take a break for Thanksgiving week, U.S. holiday. So it'll actually take 7 weeks because of this break week. Like I showed, you get an archive of all previous training sessions. Your session is recorded. You get a year of my picks in live trading room. You get a one-on-one consultation with me. So as part of the course, I'll send you a link and access to my calendar. You can pick an open slot and we can talk one-on-one and go through any questions you have, any particular help you need that you would like to do just one-on-one. That's available. You get a full year of support. You're gonna have lifetime access to all the training material that I showed you. And then for a year, whatever questions you have, email me. I'll try to answer it in email. If it's complicated, we can jump on the phone. But I'm here to support you for a full year after the course, so you can really, have the opportunity to master it. There's no software, there's no indicators to buy. Everything you need. That question comes up a lot. Everything you need is included on any legitimate charting platform. I like Thinkorswim and TradeStation. I'm using TradeStation. I think those are the top 2, but other things will work. You just need a good charting platform. You do not have to buy any indicators. You do not have to buy any software. Okay? So that's an important point to understand. So in the course, module 1, we go through Dow theory, which is really about trend analysis. Do we have a trend? Is it up or down? When did it begin? Has it changed? And there's some confirmation indicators we can use. They are free indicators included on any charting platform. We go through a very simple version of Elliott wave. We do wave counts. We want to know whether we're in an impulsive move or a corrective move. We go through a lot of detail on risk management, the theory behind it, the statistics behind it. And we talk about how to take the appropriate trade size. And then in some cases, we can add to a trade. It's called scaling in without reducing risk. It's pretty cool. Module 4, we bring it all together into a set of trading rules with our trade setups, our entry criteria, our trade management. So again, this is the black and white roadmap. When we're in a trade, what are the steps we take to reduce stress? And it's just a script that we follow. How do we get out of the trade? What's the exit plan? We talk about a business plan for trading, how to track results, dealing with psychology, and a little bit about, how do you deal with losers? Because they're going to happen and we can't let them throw us off track. Module 6, we get into scanning for trades. How do you go find it? We got all these cool tools now. How do you go find a trade? You know, how do you find that needle in a haystack? I show you some tools for that, how to do sector analysis, and we continue to talk about instant pattern recognition. Because even if we can narrow the list of candidates down, we still have to go look at the charts. We want to be able to spot the setups in a second or two. And I teach you how to do that. So that is an outline of the course. This kind of reiterates it. Instant chart pattern recognition, exact trade setups, black and white trade management, risk management, stress-free, relaxed trading with confidence, and ultimately profitable. Okay, so we're going to start this course day after tomorrow. I limit it to 10 seats per class, so I can give really good personal attention to each person. So they're filling up. So if you're interested, I would encourage you to sign up. Right? Here's the link to the course page with more information. I will post the link in the chat box for you. There it is. And so it's got some details. Again, it's starting Thursday, 9 a.m. A little video here walks through pretty much what I covered here. The outline, everything that's included, the list price of all that. So the price here, the discount's pretty good. The schedule is down here. Again, it's going to start Thursday. It's going to be every Thursday except Thanksgiving week. So we'll wrap this up on December 10th. There's some testimonials. It's awesome. And then because time is getting short and I just want to get the class filled up and then focus on teaching, here's the order form. I'll show you this. And by the way, if you've bought any of my standalone courses or if you have a subscription to my Pick service, something else, let me know. We can discount that, right? But for everybody here, if you don't have anything right now, I can still offer you a discount. And what you want to do is in this promo code field, type in empty seat. And it is cap sensitive, so you can see it's like that. The E and the S are capitalized, but we apply that, we can get a $500 discount. Just want to get the seats filled, get going here. All right, so everybody attending this session, you are welcome to use that promo code and get that $500 discount. And as soon as you fill out the order form, you will have instant access to the course material. You will get a link to register for the training webinar sessions and all that. So pretty short and sweet. I just wanted to walk through this and explain how things work. And so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and I'll just hang out and see if you got any questions. All right.